Speaking of media, let's talk about the BBC. How do you feel about paying the license fee these days, 180 quid?
Personally, I think they are a national disgrace. They offer very little.
They offer some wonderful drama.
They do, but why don't they go the way of the other companies and try their luck with the advertisers?
Yeah.
And then we can choose whether we want to pay or not.
Yeah.
The only thing they are very good at is the football commentary.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying 180 odd quid a month just for that.
No.
Sorry, a year. Not
And that's their big selling point is it's commercial free, but it's really just commercial free propaganda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they go ahead.
I was going to say, you guys are exempt from paying it, aren't you? You're over 70s.
If you're
No,
over
I'm
90?
still paying it for.
No,
whatever
if
reason.
you're over 75 and you're on benefits, you're
Yes.
exempt.
Okay.
Mark is on benefits. He
like to be.
has disabled and mentally challenged benefits.
I certainly do.
You guys have a bus pass though. Do you have a rail card, Roger?
I have a freedom pass. I don't, and I have a rail card that I pay for. Yeah.
You got a
He's
freedom
on the right
pass.
track, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like that freedom pass. It
Yeah.
sounds
Well,
like the
I like-
government's granting it
Yeah,
back.
I
in
like your
freedom.
train of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Well, you know the one thing that
Go to carriages.
I mean, especially me being the engine of this program.
Well, you
know, I
are.
find
you
that-
are.
Without a
In
doubt.
fact, I'm surprised you just don't do it on your own. I mean, what are we
Yeah,
here for?
you
You're
know.
the steam engine of
Well,
this
'cause
program.
I like the
A little hot air.
I like the
Yeah,
locomotion.
steam.
Woo. Okay, so anyway, how do you feel about the BBC? You don't want to pay the license fee.
Well, you don't have to pay it, of course, and
You do.
No.
No, if you're not forced to pay for it if you don't want to.
I
watch it.
just moved into a rented accommodation, and there's no television there. And the threatening letters I
Yeah.
have received.
They got the best mafia.
You piece of we will be coming around. It could be at night, and if we find you, if we find a television, if we find even that you watch things on your computer, we will fine your ass £1,000. So don't F with us. Yours sincerely.
Yeah, literally.
Seriously.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
pay mine, and they came up my car.
I've never seen such an offensive letter. So I wrote back and I said, excuse me, I mean, I don't like being talked to like that. And secondly, I don't have a television in this place. And don't you dare come around in the middle of the night, and threaten me. I haven't heard from them since.
That's nice. I don't even feed the troll that way because I don't want my name on any list of.
Excuse me,
people
and
who object.
they have these little minis with these aerials that go up like 20 feet into the air. Have you seen those things? They extend.
Yeah.
So the aerial comes up and goes a zzz, and looks at it. It goes up very high so that it can look through the windows of flats and buildings.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Sounds like George Formby.
Yeah.
Play ukulele as well.
I've never received such an offensive letter.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I've had stacks of them
Yeah.
because I don't respond, and I know I'm. It's the most liberating thing when you're accused of something that you know you didn't do. It's like you can just laugh, and because the language of them is terrifying if you're guilty.
I know,
If
but
I was guilty, I'd be shaking reading
The
the
problem
letter.
is I have 3 dozen tellies in the back bedroom that I'm flogging. So no, I don't. I don't. That's for you idiots that write those letters. That's a joke.
I'm going to somewhat disagree with all three of you.
Really,
Yes.
that's
because,
not humanly possible.
let me explain.
He's
Fine.
he's Persian.
Financially, what you're getting is you're getting all the radio stations and you're getting all the TV channels, iPlayer,
Yeah.
as well as the news channels, all the stuff on the internet, and you're only paying £12.50 a month.
Yeah.
What I object to, though, is being forced.
Yes, a month. No, it's more than that.
It's about 12. If it goes up to 180, then it's £15 a
Yeah,
month.
fine. Okay,
Okay.
still relatively cheap.
It's
yeah.
still relatively cheap. However, what I think is the real problem with the BBC and the thing that I take offence with, we've been paying into that for years and years and years and years. And all those BBC programmes, they get sold
Yep.
abroad.
Yeah.
BBC America is showing
They have
adverts.
a commercial arm.
They
Yeah.
have a commercial arm.
Right.
So where's our rebate?
Exactly.
You know?
Where's
Yeah, for
our
sponsoring the content.
Exactly.
where's our commission?
Where's our commission? Where's
Yeah.
our
Where's our
rebate?
share?
Where's our equity?
Where's my kick?
Exactly, because they're all shows, and they're primarily, and in fairness to BBC, you know, they promoted and lifted up a lot
Yep.
of British artists, filmmakers, writers, etc., and they've paid them, and great. But as the public, we don't see any of that.
Look, there's no doubt the BBC is absolutely first class. I mean, they produce stuff like nowhere in the world. Best in the world, best in media. Unfortunately, some of their news reporting is horrendously ghastly and biased.
Right.
And some of their programming is like anti-lecturing you, which, you know, people don't like. But those things apart, it's a magnificent organization, but it's run by all these lovies
Yeah.
who think that they represent. It's no different than Starmer. They're just so detached. I mean, I watched a former BBC editor be interviewed the other day, and I looked at this guy with his RP, his received pronunciation accent, and
Yeah.
all that, and I thought, crikey! I mean, does this guy sound like this when he's sitting on the loo? Is he like this when he goes down the boozer, if he ever even goes near a pub? I mean, what kind of people? I don't meet people like this. And this is the guy who's picking what shall be made for me to watch.
Not to mention our tax dollars were financing Jimmy Savile and some of these
Yeah.
elements
Yeah.
within the
Harris.
organization that the organization clearly ran
Well,
cover.
better than Jimmy Savile, Hugh Edwards.
Hugh Edwards.
Don't ask who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my
He's a
God.
news
I'm glad I
reporter.
don't. In this case, I'm glad I don't.
He was having a Wales of a time.
Oh,
Got it.
Oh, God almighty.
And it's
Oh.
crazy because he only got, I think, 2 years.
Yeah?
Suspended.
Yeah?
Yeah, 2 years suspended sentence where
Yes.
someone posting something on Facebook
Exactly.
gets more than that.
Yeah, you get
So
30,
what are
30
we
something
saying as a
months.
society? That to
Exactly.
say bad things on the internet is really, really bad, and to send indecent photos of children is not as bad.
No.
because
So this
it's
is
in a
what he
private
did.
sphere.
And he's Welsh.
He's a
Yes.
Welsh guy, yeah.
He
and
was the
yeah.
Walter Cronkite of Britain, if you know who that was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the-
but
the
Walter
news
Cronkite
reader.
didn't look at kiddie porn, so
Yeah.
No.
that's the difference. Yeah.
I think that's given him quite a big boost. Walter Cronkite. He was a news reporter. He was well known. He was a Welsh news reporter. He was well known, and
We read the BBC News at 10 o'clock, didn't he?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
did,
yeah,
yeah.
so for years. Did
No,
the
but he
elections.
was Walter Cronkite in the sense that he was the most trusted face on
I see.
television.
Yes, that's it,
Yes,
yeah.
it-
Apart from me, of course.
Of course,
Huh.
naturally.
Well, then that makes me wonder what you got in your sock drawer, Roger.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just one last thing on the BBC, which I think is
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yes.
I have a friend that works there, and he works in the branding department of the BBC, and he says one of their issues that they have is that people on the left think that they're right wing,
Yeah.
and people on the right think that they're left wing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they can't try and
No.
they're trying all
No.
the time
Yeah.
Got
to
it.
work that out,
That's a fair point.
and you can also almost tell in what political spectrum you are on.
Look, I
While you're
mean,
in the BBC.
I love the BBC. I just think the quality, I just love the quality. The quality is second. There's nothing in the world like it.
He wants to get hired again by the BBC. I mean, come on.
No,
I'll never get hired by the BBC, so you can trust me.
I do. They call me, and I really love it. And what you say is true because, I mean, the BBC, and I think justifiably so, is criticized for a real anti-Israel bias in this current Middle East situation. Their reporting is not fair. And yet, I came out of there one night. I came out of the studio a couple of months ago, not very long, not even that. And the security guard took me, and he led me down a passageway and out. Usually you go out a side entrance, but this was a different side entrance. And I found myself in a street. I had no idea where I was, and I had to walk all the way around because my car was parked where I usually do in front. And when I got round all these corners to the front, there was a crowd of hundreds of people with placards. I could see why they didn't want us coming out of the usual entrances and exits. There was, big, noisy, potentially turned violent demonstration. And these people held placards protesting the BBC's pro-Israel prejudice and bias. And I thought to myself, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So what you say is right. They're whatever you want them to be. I mean, there were all these angry people yelling about, why do you favor Israel? And I thought, oh my God, I mean, all you read are newspapers where it's the opposite. Who are these people?
That's to your friend's point. If everybody hates the BBC, they're doing it correctly.
Yeah, good point.
That's a good point too, sure.
He also said about, the colour of BBC News is that very specific red colour.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
apparently they spent a hell of a long time choosing that colour.
Chinese good luck, good
Because,
fortune.
yeah, maybe it's a bit of Chinese, but they wanted something that would not look political either way.
Yeah,
And
Interesting.
they found that tone of red
it's beautiful.
was the...
A guy I know designed all that. Yeah. He's
Okay, well
he's
there you
very
go,
good,
yeah.
What's his name? Do you remember?
Aaron Gordon. He went to GB News, went to Talk, and now he's back at the BBC in charge of all that again.
Fantastic.
Probably the most talented television design guy in the world. Aaron Gordon, ERRONGORDON.
Cool.
Hey, Aaron.
And that is true. The BBC, but they find the best people and they lift people up in fairness to them. I think it's very similar to the country. They need to find their own place in the world, in a world of Netflix and Disney Plus.
Clip that
Where is
short and I'll
BBC?
send it. Clip that short and I'll send it to Aaron.
There you go. Will do.
He'll like that. So talented.
Okay.
Seriously, he made Talk and he made GB News with their designs, and he's done it at the BBC too. Brilliant guy.
They're smashing it. I mean, Talk TV gets way more attention from my wife than I do.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, I'm over here. Talk TV.